Now question 5 from the 2015 Advanced Higher Maths little matrix question for 4 marks. And a quite simple one this, so even though it's a 3x3 matrix, it's got little ones and zeros in it, it's not going to be too bad for this. Find the values of P for which the matrix A is singular. Well, singular means the matrix doesn't have an inverse because its determinant is 0, and that would be the required first statement. The determinant of A is 0. Now that has to be stated explicitly somewhere for the first mark. You're best stating it here before you now go in with what's the determinant of that. I'll set it over here. So what's the determinant? The determinant is to equal 0. So the determinant, I've just written it down again, I know. Now, in the advanced higher, you probably always just do find the determinant by taking the top row and multiplying each of the entries in the top row by the associated minors, the little matrix you get when you knock out the row and column. But in fact, you can use any row or any column to get the determinant. But we'll just stick with the top one because that's what you've done. But we'll just stick with C anyway. So it'll be P times, and its minor is the 1 here, P1, -1, -1. The 2 and its minor is this one here, knocking out the row and the column and the row, except the associated minor is negative in that position, so that would be 3, 1, 0, -1, and then plus 0, which quite luckily is just 0. And I don't see any need to put this in, but I just notice in the marking scheme they've got this in, which seems a little bit pointless, because 0 times anything is 0. Now, working that out, so that'll be P times. Now it's the determinant of a little 2x2 matrix. That's the main diagonal product minus the other diagonal product. So that'll be negative P, take away -1, which is +1. That's minus 2 times, and that'll be -3, but take away nothing. So just -3, I'll put in minus nothing. And of course that's 0, which I'll just emphasize again. Now, I should have said, expanding it gives you the first mark. And I just noticed also in the marking scheme it says expansion or equivalent by first row, which isn't actually true. You can use any row. Nevertheless, now just finishing that off, what have we got? So we've got negative P squared plus P plus 6. Now I could have saved myself another line just by putting equals 0 at the end of all those. I don't know why I didn't. So that thing has to equal 0. So negative P squared plus P plus 6 equals 0. Or I don't like that. P squared minus P minus 6 should equal 0 is the next mark. Now it's just a case of solve that. So I'll factorise very quickly. P times P, multiply to give 6 with a difference of 1 is 2 and 3. The negative goes to the larger, so that must be a plus. And then finally we get P equals -2 or P equals 3 for the final mark. So again, just that one little note about the marking scheme, in case you're wondering about it. That second mark about using the top row for the expansion for the determinant, that's mentioned explicitly in the marking scheme. Now later on, after the advanced higher, when you do determinants, you can actually use any row or any column. So maybe just for the sake of the advanced higher, you better just stick with the top row.